Yes lads, Retox from iKonik bringing you a war recap. This time we're up against JB Hunter. They were 230 plus win clan, so honestly we expected more from them. They really didn't give us any trouble whatsoever. Um, no struggles with our bases. They struggled a lot with our bases. I don't think they got many 3 stars at all. Didn't put us under any pressure, and we just got to have a pretty calm war. Didn't even use all our attacks. It was just very casual atmosphere. They all seem to run fairly similar bases. They were different, but they had the same sort of concept build to it, as if one or two people designed all of their bases, or they were just very new to base building. So we're going to show 4 attacks of all different styles on fairly similar bases. So first up we've got Jake with a Valk attack. So this was a fresh hit as well. It's a fresh hit 3-star. So he's going to start off with some hogs here. The plan was to get the lore, but Tesla pops, and that blocks the lore essentially for him. So these hogs are wasted. All they get is 1 cannon for it, and that is it. So he's going to start with a basically it's a queen wall, but rather than using healers, he uses a golem. He puts the golem up against this wall, which is going to tank away, beating on the wall, and then whilst the queen steps up and takes down the defences, as soon as the defences go down, the golem obviously wants to redirect to the closest defence, so he's going to start walking towards the south, where the kill squad's eventually going to go in, and basically just saves him using 3 or 4 healers, and just getting to use 1 golem, which obviously the space of 2 healers, and he also gets the golem to go in and help tank him for the raid. The golem does actually get ahead here, and the king locks onto him, so the queen's got nothing hitting her at all. This cannon obviously locked on because the queen did step ahead. So you see he's got his poison down. So you see the golem is now tanking, the king and the dragon, and 2 Lunes are coming in as well. So it goes down pretty quickly, but it just keeps everything off the queen, lets her keep her ability, doesn't have to use a rage. And got 2 golem whites going for tanking, so it worked really well. It's a really nice touch. So in go the Valks, in go the king. He's got a jump down for him, basically pushing them all towards this core, and the queen's up at the top side. She's going to jump the wall, so she doesn't need any more connection. He's fairly early on. You see a double bomb set trips there, so he knows the hogs are pretty safe to come in. And you see he's already started his hogs. As soon as he saw the bomb set go, he knew he was safe to send his hogs in. The queen's not even engaged yet, and he sent his hogs in. Just now all the Valks step up. They're going to take out the queen pretty quickly. So he's got all of his hogs in there. There's 1 pack. He's going to drop his first hill now. Doesn't get too much value for the hill, but just needed to keep him topped up and keep him moving around. See, his queen's just gone down there in the left-hand corner. King's still up and tanking. He's still got his ability, which he's just used to beat through that wall. He's got 1 hill left and quite a few hogs. He does put it down. He didn't need it till he got so many hogs up, but decided to drop it anyway. At the moment just leaves him with cleanup now. So we'll just zoom out, speed through that. He's got wizards around the base. He's got his hogs up and his king up, and about 30 seconds of cleanup. Okay, so the next attack we're going to show is an attack on number 7. So on the wall map you'll see that Brent 3-starred it, but that was a second 3-star on this basis with attacks to spare. The attack I'm going to show is the fresh hit on this base. We're getting another fresh 3-star by KZ, which you'll see here. And this is a Golar Lune, so a similar base with the air defences all in the corners. No queen really, 2 set to one side, fairly central. So he's going to start off with Queen Mock. I'm actually going to times 2 as it's quite lengthy. There's 2 rages here, only level 18 queen to push through. So her goal is to take out these defences here, mainly the air defence, and work her way to the north, where he's going to break in on this corner and allow the queen in. So she's eventually going to work around and take out a second air defence. So you'll see shortly he's going to engage the enemy queen, which will cause him to use his ability. You see here his queen gets quite low, so he just pops the ability, takes her out in 1 shot there. A couple of the other archers pulled 3 enemy archers out the CC, but he was quite observant of that, didn't waste his poison. I've definitely done that before, where a couple of troops have come out and I thought I had the full lore, so I dropped a poison and it ruined the raid. But he's patient enough, waits for his queen to step up and get the full lore. He's going to drop a rage hit because there's 4 balloons. It's quite a lot to take out, and if the balloon does get a shot off, it's really going to hurt your queen. You can take her out without too much trouble. So he does that just to be safe. See, any second now he's just going to open up this wall. See, there that goes. Doesn't need a test wall breaker because he can get so close to that wall that the bomb's not going to go off in time to do the damage. And so he's going to drop a second rage for her here soon, just to really let her into the compartment. Push up. He knows she's safe now. Those healers are about to be under rage. As soon as they step up, that air defense is going to go down. So he's going to drop a golem here with a couple wizards to open up. I'll just let the queen still be on screen. He's going to drop his king in here after he's opened the wall up. So there he does have to test wall breaker. He gets 2 bombs. So it's a really good use of a test wall breaker. Wall opens up. King's about to go in, and the goal here is to take out that third air defense. So you see the queen's now about to kill the second one. King's going in. He's got a jump down basically just so the queen can join up with the golem and the king, which is a nice touch. He had the spells to spare. So you see he's got 3 haste now. So he's already started his Lune. He knows that air defense is going to go down. So he's got 2 hounds in. There's air traps on him. And he's got his haste down. First haste at least. He should be dropping his second very shortly. So that's all 4 air defences now, as those Lunes just took out that 4th one. There's still 1 sweeper up, but it's facing the complete wrong way, only focusing on the queen's healers, but the queen's not being hit at all. That tells us the last thing to go down that could damage anything, just the sweeper now. So many balloons up, both heroes, and that is the base done. We'll just speed up for this 30 seconds of cleanup. Okay, so next up we're going to show a hit on number 8 by Spanky. So again, similar base, you've got the air defences in this sort of grid, 1 in each corner, centralised queen. This time it's just a go-ho. So he's dropped his earthquakes there, which just opens them all up all the way into the base. 1 easy wall breaker is just going to open all that up. So he's going to drop a couple golems. I believe he's got 1 more in the CC, so it's a stone style attack. He's got his wizards down to make the funnel. He's got his heroes down. Spank's been doing really well in his heroes. He's really been grinding out. He's 30-29 now, so he'll probably be 30-30 the next time you see him. If not in the next couple of attacks, he'll get there. He's farming away. So you see the wall breaker's gone out. The king's down. Rage just to get that dragon and Lunes down as quick as possible, as he didn't have the poisons. He used the earthquakes. King's about to engage the enemy queen. So they're just all pushing through the base. See, bombs are starting to trip, so he's going to start his hogs from this south side. Just sort of a surgical deployment, just a few on each defence, working the way around. I'm going to drop a hill from when they need it. So he's got all but 2 hogs in now. He's going to drop his first hill down, which is a really nice spot to be honest. Everything's just about to go down. They're all going to go into meat, maybe a little bit early to be honest. They didn't get too much value. There were some small bombs there. Queen's just about to go down. He sends his last 2 hogs in up top. Again, another hill. Questionably, probably didn't need that at all again. Still quite a few hogs up. And the last defence about to go down. See, we've got a golem. Two unpopped golems there. So loads and loads of tanking. And it's just really these hogs to clean up. He's kept 1 whiz, just, oh, he's got a few whiz in the bag actually. He had 4 or 5 whiz left. So we're just going to plop all of them down. They're going to work on clean up. We'll just speed up for this last 30 seconds. And there it drops. Okay, so the last attack for this recap I'm going to show is on base number 11. This was an attack by Bubble Boy, and this was a Zap Lune. So we've had Valks, we've had Go Lune, we've had just standard hogs, and now we've got a Zap Lune. So what he does here that I actually quite liked, he knows the 3 lightnings going to take out the air defense. Questionably take out a level 10 queen. Probably would have done if the Zaps landed nicely for him. But he saves the last one because he wants to put it directly on the sweeper and take that out. But he does it in a really nice way here. So he drops his first 3 lightnings any second. It looked pretty perfect to me, but the queen does stay up with a sliver of health. So rather than just zapping out this sweeper too early, I'll just speed up as he goes through this. He's going to wait for the queen to wrap all the way back around. And there he drops it, which is going to take out the sweeper and take out the queen. So now he's going to use a few Lunes, which is to get the lore out the CC. See, he only gets a dragon, he doesn't get the 2 Lunes that are actually in there, because it was an air lore, but it doesn't matter for an air attack. So he's got 2 poisons, he's going to poison this dragon out, so we'll speed through that. I mean, personally here, I might use the heroes. You'll see what he uses his heroes for any second now. He uses them here. And bear in mind he's got 25-24 heroes. he doesn't really get that much for it. I maybe would have just saved the time and used them to take out the CC and just done it a little bit quicker. You see here, he's a bit, just maybe a bad funnel a bit late, but the king doesn't go in, so the king wraps. So all he actually got for that was one archer tower and one wizard tower. So he's going to start his Lune now. Obviously it didn't cause an issue and it was still a great attack. When I was watching this live, I thought there might have been a bit of issue on time, which is why I was a bit worried about how he decided to do it. Because I think there was only about 2 minutes left, or just under, when he actually started his air attack, and me being as bad at air as I am, I didn't realise how quick air actually destroys a base, so I was a bit like, oh, this is going to be really bad on time. Why did he poison the dragon? But he ends up just destroying this base. He had about 35 seconds left on the clock when it was all done. You see all these Lunes just really pushing in. I mean, the reason I would use the heroes for the dragons well is just to bring 2 haste instead of the poison for this, but by the amount of Lunes he had up at the end, just didn't need it. Really overwhelmed this base. You can critique a base afterwards and attack, but at the end of the day, it's the first plan and the attacker's plan that matters. This was a fresh hit, I should point out if I haven't done already. So we had no clue where anything was, so yeah, really nice attack and great job to Bold Boy. Just clean up now, only 10 seconds left, speed through it. And that will conclude our war recap. I've got a couple other attacks I'm going to use for some highlight videos in the week, just keep the channel uploading daily. And yeah, thanks for watching.